Hey, Dodgers fans. If you thought the road to the World Series was smooth sailing, think again, because the journey these guys took was nothing short of nail-biting. There were moments so close to disaster that it's almost unbelievable they came out on top. People often talk about teams cruising to a championship, but let me take you back and show you just how razor-thin the margin really was. At times, it seemed like the Dodgers were just a hair's breadth away from losing it all, and yet, somehow, through sheer will and timely plays, they kept their championship hopes alive. You remember those nail-biting moments in the postseason, like facing the Phillies in Philadelphia, where one small mistake could have turned the tide entirely. Edmund at second base made a throw to first that could have tied the game, but Freddie Freeman scooped it up in a play that looked impossible, and suddenly, the game stayed in the Dodgers' control. And that was just one instance. Multiply that tension across multiple games against the Brewers, the Mariners series, and ultimately the World Series, and it becomes clear how much luck, skill, and split-second decision-making went into every win. The Dodgers weren't simply dominating their opponents. They were navigating a maze of high-stakes moments where anything could have gone wrong. There were times when it felt like the outcome of the entire series rested on the thinnest of margins, from balls landing inches differently off the wall in Toronto to relievers stepping up in ways nobody expected. In one of the defining games of the season, Ohtani threw 6 shutout innings and then stepped up to hit 3 home runs in the same game, clinching the pennant. That performance alone could have been considered historic. Yet in the context of a postseason filled with tight contests, it was just one of many unforgettable moments. And the drama wasn't limited to individual achievements. Every inning seemed to carry the weight of the entire season, with plays that could have rewritten history if they had gone differently. From Will Smith's cleat barely crossing home plate to a collision in left field reminiscent of classic baseball movies, it was a season where luck and skill collided in the most spectacular ways. Even when you think back to the early series games, there were instances where the Dodgers came frighteningly close to falling behind. Bases loaded in Milwaukee, a pitch just inches from being a hit batter that could have changed the entire series dynamic. These were moments that required precision and nerves of steel. And yet, the Dodgers continued to find ways to survive, often relying on less heralded heroes to make split-second decisions that kept the team afloat. Defensive plays, perfect relay throws, and clutch hits all combined to form a postseason that felt like a masterclass in baseball strategy under pressure. And credit where it's due. The managerial decisions played a huge part. Adjustments to the bullpen, recognizing which pitchers could handle high-leverage situations, and the willingness to change strategies in the middle of the series showed a level of adaptability that is crucial in these short, high-stakes series. The Dodgers didn't just rely on talent. They relied on smart, flexible thinking that allowed them to maximize every opportunity, whether it was in the 9th inning or the 18th. The bullpen story alone reads like a dramatic arc. There were players like Sasaki, who started the season struggling and overwhelmed, who transformed into reliable postseason performers. Others, like Yamamoto and Glasnow, stepped into roles that required immediate results, and they delivered when it mattered most. Even veterans like Kershaw faced seemingly impossible at-bats, yet somehow they found ways to navigate the challenges and keep the team in contention. Then there's Tanner Scott, a pitcher whose role in the championship run might seem unusual in hindsight, but his contributions were vital in critical moments. The Dodgers' success wasn't just about raw talent. It was about timing, matchups, and finding the right player for the right moment. Every decision, from the rotation of pitchers to who would close in a high-pressure situation, contributed to a narrative that was tense, unpredictable, and ultimately triumphant. The postseason didn't just test the players physically, it tested their mental resilience. Every inning carried the possibility of a game-changing error. Every pitch could swing the momentum, and every at-bat was a high-stakes confrontation that could redefine the series. And through it all, the Dodgers demonstrated not just skill, but incredible poise under pressure. They adapted to situations that no one could have predicted, from marathon games lasting 18 innings to sudden shifts in the bullpen strategy that required trust in improving players. This is a team that faced adversity head-on, navigating a labyrinth of challenges where one misstep could have ended their dreams. Yet they persevered. The level of precision required to survive in the postseason is staggering, and the Dodgers executed it time and time again, often in ways that left fans breathless. And the beauty of it is, these moments weren't isolated incidents. They were part of a larger tapestry of unforgettable postseason action. Each play, each pitch, each strategic decision interwove to create a story that is as thrilling as it is unpredictable. From incredible defensive plays that seemed impossible to clutch hits in the most tense moments, the Dodgers crafted a narrative of resilience and excellence. You could look at the scores or the stats, but what truly defined this postseason was the sheer number of moments where the outcome hung in the balance. Every game had its defining seconds. Every series demanded careful calculation and split-second instincts. And through it all, the Dodgers managed to emerge victorious, not just as a team, but as a unit that exemplified determination, strategy, and the unrelenting spirit of championship baseball. As the postseason unfolded, it became increasingly clear that the Dodgers' journey was defined not just by victories, but by the razor-thin margins that separated triumph from heartbreak. Every game seemed to carry the weight of destiny, and every player had to rise to challenges that tested the limits of skill, focus, and resilience. Consider the marathon games, the ones stretching into 18 innings where exhaustion loomed over every pitch, every swing, every decision. In moments like that, mental toughness was just as crucial as physical talent. It was not simply about hitting home runs or striking out batters. It was about sustaining composure when the stakes were as high as they could get. And in those moments, the Dodgers showcased a remarkable ability to adapt, to make split-second adjustments, and to trust one another to execute plays under immense pressure. Each decision, whether by a player on the field or the manager in the dugout, contributed to a chain of events that kept the team alive in situations that would have undone a lesser squad. One of the most striking elements of this postseason was how the Dodgers leveraged both emerging talent and veteran experience to navigate an unpredictable path. Younger players who had struggled earlier in the season found ways to step up when the spotlight was brightest. Roki Sasaki, for instance, transformed from a player who seemed overwhelmed by Major League Baseball into a dominant presence in the postseason. Every pitch he threw, every moment he spent on the mound, carried the weight of the team's hopes, and he delivered with a precision and calmness that belied his earlier struggles. Meanwhile, seasoned stars like Clayton Kershaw faced moments that could have broken spirits. Yet they found ways to persevere, turning near disasters into pivotal plays that shifted momentum back to the Dodgers. The interplay between youth and experience, between raw talent and seasoned judgment, created a balance that proved essential in high-stakes situations where every decision could have long-lasting consequences. Managerial strategy played an equally crucial role in this remarkable run. The Dodgers didn't stick to rigid formulas or rely solely on conventional wisdom. They adapted in real time to the ever-changing landscape of the postseason. The bullpen, often a source of uncertainty in years past, was utilized in innovative ways that prioritized results over traditional roles. Pitchers were rotated based on who was best suited for the immediate challenge rather than who was most accustomed to a particular role. This willingness to make unconventional decisions under pressure was emblematic of a team that understood the importance of flexibility and ingenuity in short series. It wasn't just about executing skills, it was about making smart, tactical choices that could capitalize on fleeting opportunities, and the Dodgers did this with remarkable consistency. The narrative of the season was also shaped by individual heroics that seemed almost cinematic in nature. Moments like Will Smith's decisive plays, Freddie Freeman's walk-off home runs, and perfectly executed defensive throws by Edmund and Hernandez became instant highlights, moments that will be replayed in fans' memories for years. These weren't just random flashes of brilliance. They were the culmination of preparation, instinct, and a relentless drive to succeed under pressure. Each play had the potential to swing momentum, and in multiple instances, these seemingly small actions became defining moments of entire series. The precision required in these moments was astonishing, and the Dodgers executed it time and time again, often in situations that demanded both perfect timing and flawless execution. And yet, the drama wasn't confined to a single game or even a single series. Across the postseason, the Dodgers faced challenges from every angle, from formidable opponents in the National League to unpredictable twists in the World Series. There were games where the outcome was determined by a fraction of an inch, where balls lodged against walls or missed by inches could have turned a championship into heartbreak. The team navigated these moments with a combination of skill, strategy, and perhaps a touch of fate, creating a narrative that felt as thrilling as it was precarious. Fans were kept on the edge of their seats as each inning unfolded, never knowing whether a moment of brilliance or a split-second error would determine the fate of the game. The consistency of excellence under such high-pressure circumstances speaks volumes about the character and preparation of the Dodgers. From the rotation of pitchers to the timing of pinch hitters, from defensive alignments to the execution of complex plays, every decision reflected a deep understanding of the game and an ability to perform under duress. It wasn't simply about winning games. It was about mastering the subtle details that make the difference in critical moments. And throughout it all, the team maintained a balance between individual contributions and collective effort, ensuring that every player understood their role and delivered when called upon. The interplay between preparation, instinct, and adaptability created a postseason that will be remembered not just for its outcomes, but for the intensity and drama that defined every series. Looking back, it's clear that the Dodgers' championship run was about more than talent. It was about resilience, adaptability, and the ability to seize critical moments when the stakes were at their highest. Each inning, each at-bat, and each defensive play contributed to a larger story of perseverance and strategic mastery. The postseason tested the team in every conceivable way, challenging both veterans and younger players, and forcing managerial staff to make decisions that required both courage and insight. And time and again, the Dodgers rose to the occasion, executing plays that were as precise as they were dramatic, crafting a narrative of triumph that was as much about determination as it was about athletic skill. In the end, the Dodgers' journey through the postseason was a testament to the essence of championship baseball, a relentless pursuit of excellence under pressure, the ability to adapt and innovate when conventional strategies fail, and the courage to rise above adversity when the stakes are highest. Every close call, every improbable play, and every strategic adjustment came together to form a story that will be remembered not just for the victories, but for the drama, tension, and brilliance that defined each game. The season wasn't just a series of contests. It was a masterclass in the art of performing under pressure, a showcase of the intricate interplay between preparation, skill, and split-second decision-making that defines the very best in professional baseball. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. In a move that has sent ripples through the league, whispers are circulating that the Dodgers have quietly secured a deal for a standout pitcher, a talent whose presence alone could redefine the team's rotation. Insiders suggest that the acquisition is more than just a strategic addition. It may signal a shift in the Dodgers' ambitions for the upcoming season, as they aim to solidify their pitching depth and reclaim dominance in the league. While the team has historically boasted a strong lineup, the rumored arrival of this elite arm is generating excitement, not just among fans, but also among analysts who see the potential for a major impact on the Dodgers' performance. The pitcher in question has been lauded for his precision and strikeout ability, traits that have consistently made him a nightmare for opposing batters. Sources indicate that his repertoire of pitches, ranging from devastating sliders to pinpoint fastballs, could provide the Dodgers with a weapon capable of tilting high-stakes games in their favor. The move also raises questions about how the team might restructure its rotation, with speculation pointing to a possible shift in starting roles that could see veteran pitchers adjusting their schedules to accommodate this rising star. While the Dodgers organization has remained tight-lipped, whispers from within the clubhouse suggest that players are already buzzing with anticipation. The locker room atmosphere, according to those close to the team, could see a surge of energy as veterans and newcomers alike contemplate the challenges and opportunities that come with a rotation fortified by such talent. Observers note that the psychological impact of adding a premier pitcher can be just as significant as his physical contributions on the mound, potentially elevating the confidence of the entire roster. Analysts are already drawing comparisons to some of the league's most dominant rotations, noting that the rumored acquisition could place the Dodgers in the conversation for one of the deepest and most formidable pitching lineups in recent memory. While the deal's financial details and long-term implications remain murky, speculation abounds that this could be a defining moment for the franchise, a bold statement that underscores the team's commitment to competing at the highest level. As the rumor mill churns, fans and pundits alike are left imagining the scenarios this pitcher's arrival might create, from tense, late-inning showdowns to potential playoff run narratives. If the whispers hold true, the Dodgers may be looking at a season where their rotation becomes not just a foundation, but a headline-making force capable of reshaping expectations across the league. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.